Hey guys, it's Rich.
Hey guys, it's Rich.
Today we're going to share a real brief.
Yeah, what province?
Man, broke my signage free today. Bringing you another.
Guys, thanks for watching this too. All right, boys and girls. Today we're going to talk about two of the biggest scams that Lyft and Uber both use to gimmick drivers and to get you to tell your friends, family members, or to share in other places to get people signed up to drive for them. We've seen what's going on. There's a driver shortage. Varies by market. But in Las Vegas, Lyft is currently advertising $1,000 if you refer either a new or even returning driver to drive on their app with certain restrictions. The one in Vegas is they must complete 180 rides within 30 days of sign up. Why is this important, and why does this make sense for them to do? Because they know they're never or very rarely going to pay you. They have the data that during the first 30 days of driving, very few, my gut is maybe 2 to 3% of those drivers that sign up achieve 180 rides. It's also not very clear, if they take a week to do a background check, do you only have 24 days? If they take 15 days to do a background check, do they only have 16 days to complete the 180 rides? I've read their terms and conditions, but we both know Lyft and Uber only use their terms and conditions to enforce on drivers, not on themselves. So here's my reco to you. Do not sign anyone up unless you are genuinely either a few things. Either you like doing this like I do and you like helping others make some money, make some side money. Because if you sign them up, first off, 90% of drivers are miserable because they come out here to make Lyft and Uber money by chasing rides and silly little streak and quest bonuses to keep you off the other app and kill your car. But at the end of the day, you're not going to get paid on the lion's share of these. How do I know that? Because I've signed up many a driver. I've signed up drivers right in front of me using my referral code. And Lyft will say, no, they didn't use your code. They did something wrong. They input something wrong. And then they'll try to either close out the message, or as what we all know Lyft does, on the last one, they've transferred me to 4 different reps through their text thread. Hi, I'm Christine. I'll be stepping in to help out Xavier to try to get this resolved. Thanks for bearing with us. Can you tell us again what the issue is? It's all to waste your time. So do not do it. Don't sign anyone up with anticipation of getting paid, and I wouldn't sign anyone up either unless you're willing to help those drivers. I always meet with my referral signups. Uber currently, they're paying out $500 in Vegas for new drivers, and I'm going to explain the major caveat there that also Lyft is doing it as well, and they're also paying you $200 if you get someone back on the road who hasn't driven for I believe like 2 months. They of course don't disclose what that driver has to do anywhere in that referral piece. I've checked everywhere. I called Uber and they actually said, oh, they have to do 185 rides before you get paid out, even though they sent me 2 emails saying your $200 will be in your account within 7 days. They are scams. They're gimmicks to get you talking and get more drivers on the road, because they can't do it on their own. They need drivers who are happy recommending them, or drivers who are money hungry and think they're going to get paid recommending them. So the major caveat with Uber, and again with Lyft too, but with Uber, and you can take it from a guy who signed up more referrals in Vegas than most, let's just put it that way, at least over the last 3 years. The deal is, if that person that you're referring has ever clicked on an Uber referral sign-up link, I don't give a shit if it was 6 years ago, and they put their email and their phone number in and click submit, Uber considers them already an acquired driver, even though they never went out to drive, which is what happens. In my best estimation, it's probably somewhere around 70 to 80%. People sign up, then they start seeing the fine print and seeing all the shit they have to do. especially in Nevada. This is, maybe with the exception of New York, the most difficult market to get on the road in. I mean, you got $250 to $275 in upfront costs before you can take ride number one. I mean, navigating the strip can be a nightmare if you're brand new. But if you are going to genuinely help people and get out there and do this, I'd encourage you to do a ride along, or set something up so they pay you for your time. If you have knowledge and a skill set in rideshare, and you're not one of the masses of rideshare drivers that just chases rides and makes 20, 25, maybe 30 an hour because it's boom time, right? You know, when all these gimmicks go away, the streaks, the quests, the challenges, or get lowered, you know, this is a $15 an hour job after expenses, if that, on X and Classic. And yeah, the dirty little secret the luxury guys hate telling you is, yeah, they got to wait 45 minutes to get a ride going 3 miles, which you could have done 2 or 3 rides and made more than they made on that ride with tips and commissions anyway. So, yeah, occasionally they get lucky and get a 20-mile ride. But those are unicorns, as they like being called. They don't happen every day. So again, man, I mean, this is how Uber and Lyft operate. You know, follow our terms and service. We don't have to follow anything because there's no regulators, there's no oversight. Yeah, there's occasional class actions. I mean, man, if there was a law firm that focused on class actions against rideshare companies, and I'm not saying I'm a fan of class actions because generally they don't change much. The lawyer gets rich and drivers get checks for $42 in the mail a year later. But at the end of the day, they could actually clean house. There are so many fraudulent, this is technically a fraudulent inducement scheme. They're enticing drivers to do something with no expectation of fulfilling on their end and taking care of the majority of drivers they entice. When you put an offer out in the real world, you have to stand behind that offer and at least show or prove that more than half of the people who are taking advantage of that offer are actually getting compensated. Lyft, I mean, all they'd have to, you know, a smart lawyer would just say, Lyft, show us your data. Show us how many drivers achieve 180 rides within 30 days. It's an inducement scheme. Don't do it, again, unless you genuinely want to help some folks and help them make some money, or they've fallen on hard times. I don't know, man. Bank of America just came out yesterday, $25 an hour minimum wage. This is going to have to put pressure on these companies to raise rates, charge higher rates to consumers. Inflation's going on everywhere in the market, from lumber to, you know, semiconductors. That's why you can't get a new fucking car. They don't even have inventory to build this shit. I mean, the used car markets are seeing prices hiked up to almost the price of a new car. I mean, it's insane what's going on. And now is your time to win. If you're low or unskilled labor, you can go negotiate, man. Oh, well, our starting wage is $15 an hour. I'll give it some thought, but I really need to be at $22 an hour. If you want to move forward, I'll sign up today and get going with you, but $22 an hour is my rate. And you can negotiate. You don't have to take any job that's offered you. Use your negotiations. If you don't have any, brush up on them. It's not rocket science. You just got to stand firm. Maybe not be as terse as I'm being, but you know, here's where I need to be, guys. You want to make this work. Lots of opportunities out there. Love to get started with you, but I need to be at X dollars. I'm going to need these benefits. I'm going to need 21 days paid time off. Negotiate. Now, this is a once in every other generation time. And it's mind-boggling to me. It really is what's going on. Labor shortage, supply, inventory shortage. And this shit will eventually correct itself, but not until we see a major run-up in inflation. I went a little long again, but the moral of the story is do not expect to get paid by either Uber or Lyft if you sign anyone up. Just do it out of the goodness of your heart. And if you believe your time's worth money, like I know mine is, I will, you know, I charge riders or drivers. If they want a one-on-one with me, I'll help them out and I'll help them make a lot more money. And, you know, those of you who are watching who I've helped out, I mean, feel free to chime in. I do help people make more money doing this, and I still have fun doing it. But dealing with these companies is becoming more of a colossal nightmare. every time you deal with them, it's just, matter of fact, one of my Lyft referrals, like, I don't even know if I want to drive for them. They were so rude at their hub. But I said, bro, you have to, because I was able to get them on, you know, Premier or Black or Lux, the top 2 tier types on Lyft, which couldn't get them on Uber. So, you know, take advantage of it, strike when the iron's hot, get some people with money in your car. And, you know, and when times are out, you know, Friday, Saturday night, you can go out and do 5-6 rides, make $300. No stress, no hurries, no worries, no stupid 80 ride quests to chase for $320, which is insane. Be funny, make money.